Let's find some day trades, swing trades, and option trades. Hello, traders. It is Tuesday, July 7th. We are about 2 hours, 2.5 hours into trading right now. We've had a little bit of a lackluster market. We had a gap down on the open here. You can see how we took out the low from the prior day, Monday. That was actually a pretty nice day. Gap higher, range bound, very quiet trading day, post holiday hangover. I'd mentioned that yesterday. We stayed within that 1 hour range. Didn't do a whole lot this morning. We gapped down. We tested that breakout. That held. Right now, we've got the market moving higher and not a lot of action right now. We've got a news vacuum. We had a lot of economic releases last week. ADP came out great. ISM manufacturing came out great. The unemployment report Friday came out great. China's posting some pretty decent numbers. We've seen a big rally in the Chinese market. Yesterday, Shanghai Composite was up about 5.7%. So, pretty positive backdrop. And then we get this gangbuster ISM services number yesterday, 57.2. That is a really big number. We also have the politicians considering another stimulus plan. We know that the coronavirus is starting to spread at an accelerated rate in certain parts of the country. If you took all the states that have either postponed going to phase 4 or that have actually gone back to phase 3, they account for about 40% of the country's GDP. That's a considerable amount. So the recovery is going to take longer than expected, but fear not. The government is waiting in the wings. Right now, they're talking about another stimulus. The Democrats want to extend the PPP, that $600 per week unemployment benefit, which incidentally was already extended last week. It was set to expire in June, and now it's been extended till August 8th. But by the time we get to August 8th, most of that money is going to be used up. About 660 billion of it is used up. There's about another 120 billion left. So they know they're going to have to do something. Republicans, on the other hand, would like to go back to the one-time check payment, $1,200 per taxpayer. So that's what they're kind of pushing for. Doesn't really matter which path we take. The underlying theme is the same. The helicopter drops are continuing. If the economy struggles, we can expect the Fed to have additional quantitative easing. That's what's driving the market right now. We have global economies starting to reopen. So those are all positive influences. I think that this is all going to take a lot longer than expected. We have earnings season cranking up next week, largely dominated by banks and the front end of it. I don't think the banks are going to do real well in this struggling economy, and add to the fact that we've got 0% interest rates. I think it's going to be a very challenging environment for them. But we have mega cap tech stocks on deck right after that. So through mega cap tech earnings, I think the market's going to have a very solid bid to it. Go into that daily chart and see what's happening. If I look at that resistance level, I think there's a good chance that we could hit it, and that takes us to approximately SPY 323.50. And we'll put up the major moving averages. You can see where they come into play. That 200-day moving average was tested a number of times, never even got close to the 100-day moving average. So I think this is a firm support level that's going to hold at SPY 300. And given that we're heading into earnings season, I think we're going to inch higher and we're going to test that SPY, let's call it 324 level. Now, a lot of the mega cap tech stocks have actually benefited from the coronavirus. You look at Google, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all of them are social media outlets, and they actually have seen a lot more traffic during the economic shutdown. Microsoft, Apple, they've been able to have workers work remotely. They haven't had any supply chain issues. Amazon has gone absolutely bonkers, so they've benefited from it. If you take these largest tech stocks, take the largest 6, 7, 8 tech stocks, they comprise over 20% of the S&P 500. That's how important they are. That's how much they've grown. So those mega cap tech earnings are going to be very, very important. I think they'll be pretty decent given the backdrop. But as earnings season starts to unfold, as we start to get into August, then I think we start heading into some problems. Politicians go on recess. Everybody gets worried as far when there's nobody in Washington, D.C., then we start getting into the softer part of the earnings cycle. We start getting closer to September. The elections start coming up. So I think that there are going to be some concerns as we start getting into the back half of August. But until then, we still have another 5, maybe 6 weeks of decent trading. I still think it's a good time for us to be long. Still think that selling out of the money bullish put spreads is a great way to go. So, got the market looking pretty good right now. A little bit of a post-holiday hangover. We're trying to get through the high right here, this resistance level, try and fill in a little bit of that gap right in there. So we should be creeping higher and creeping higher. I don't see anything that's going to yank the carpet out from underneath the market right now. Even the coronavirus spread has not sparked fear, and you can see this nice rally. Once we're through that down trend line that I had pointed out to you a few days ago, we've been inching higher. So not a lot of economic news releases coming out. Not a lot of earnings for another week and a half, 2 weeks. So we are in what I consider to be a news vacuum. It's the dog days of summer. But still okay to sell out of the money bullish put spreads. A couple of searches that we can use to find them. I'm going to show you one for swing trading that I like. Buy into earnings. This list is going to continue to grow. These stocks have rallied into earnings. Now, you have to be 2 weeks out from the earnings announcement date, and all of these candidates are. There is a 75% chance that these stocks are going to move higher into the earnings announcement. So, I like to take a look at stocks that have been moving higher, but I don't want anything that's off the charts high like eBay. Well, this stock has already rallied. In fact, it's starting to go parabolic. I don't want to be selling out of the money bullish put spreads on this because there's already good news baked in. I would rather look for a laggard that has plenty of upside room. So if I go down the list, J&J is up for today. Take a look here. All right, now I've got a really nice major moving average that I can lean on right at that $40 level. That's one that I could sell an out of the money bullish put spread on. And look at this. The stock is above the 100-day moving average. So when do they post earnings? They post earnings on 7/16. And I know that because I hover over the E on the chart. Option Stalker knows when the next earnings release date's going to be. Well, 7/17 is an option expiration. We want these spreads to expire before the earnings announcement date. In this particular case, the only expiration we have available to us is the July 10th expiration. So I'm going to take a look at that 100-day moving average one more time. It comes into play at 142. Let's see what we can get for a spread in here. If I sell the 142 puts and I buy the 141 puts, that spread is currently 18 cents bid, offered at 24 cents. I like getting a 20% credit for these $1 spreads. That yields a 25% return. So if J&J can stay above the 100-day moving average at 142.34 between now and Friday, which is only 2.5, 3 days away, then I'm going to make a 25% return. And I know that this stock has a tendency to rally into the earnings announcement. It's done so more than 75% of the time during the last 3 years. We have these statistics. That's the type of trade that we're looking to do. We have the market moving higher. We have a really big statistical edge in the stock. It wants to move higher. We know what it wants to do historically into the earnings announcement. We have major moving averages that we can lean on. We have accelerated time premium decay. The check boxes are marked. Super easy to find these trades. So that's one thing we're going to be looking at, and this list will grow with each passing day because more and more companies will be coming on deck to release earnings announcements. So you'll have plenty of candidates to take a look at. See how easy that was to find? Now I'm going to show you a couple of other searches that I really like. Heavy buying, fantastic search. LVGO, we had that on our list. I'm going to highlight Walmart. And I am currently long Walmart, been watching Walmart. In fact, if you watched my weekly swing trading video that I posted last Saturday on YouTube, members got it Wednesday night, we were actually short an out of the money bullish put spread on Walmart selling I believe it was the January 24th. Actually, I can go right into our staged order screen and take a look at that. And so we were selling the Walmart July 17, 117 puts, buying the 116 puts. We did that for a 20-cent credit. So the 117 strike price was below this horizontal support level. And I felt that if the market had pulled back, Walmart was still going to hold up well. This stock looks good to me. You can see this downward sloping trend line right through here. You can see how the stock is above the 100-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. That bullish put spread's going to expire a week from Friday. We're going to make our 25% return on it. Don't have a lot of spreads on, but we were able to get that one off. I like it. I like the stock above that 100-day moving average. It's also trying to get through this horizontal resistance level. This is a stock that I think you can also do a nice option play on. Key off of that 100-day moving average that comes into play at 120. So you might sell a 120, 119 bullish put spread. And you can look at the earnings announcement date right here. We've got a long time to go, 8/20. So just find that expiration that yields a 20-cent credit and you're in business. Hopefully it's inside of 2 weeks because we want to continually be able to evaluate the market. We want accelerated time premium decay working in our favor. This is a nice setup. Heavy buying search. I could go right through this list. Snap. I like Snap today. Look at that. Beautiful breakout through horizontal resistance. I bought Snap earlier today. I've traded it. Excellent candidate. And I like it more for day trading than I do for swing trading, but we've got a nice upward sloping trend line. You can lean on that for your stop. You can also use a tighter stop right here with the opening price right there on June 26th, which was $24.84. If you're a very cautious day trader or swing trader, you could use that as your stop out point. We want to see that price level preserved, and you can see how SNAP Snapchat has continued to press higher even with the market going down. This is the S&P 500 tucked back behind this screen so that we can always keep an eye on what's going on there. I've also been mentioning to you that you should follow me on Twitter because I post my pre-open market comments every day. You know exactly what my analysis is, what I think the market's going to be doing, why I think it's going to be doing it. And then I also post a couple of charts through the course of the day. And there you can see the Snapchat chart. And below here, I outlined a Facebook trade that I really liked. So please follow me on Twitter. It's easy for me to post there because it doesn't take a lot of time. These videos actually do take quite a bit of time. And in the morning, I'm busy trying to trade. I'm going to show you a couple of trades that I did this morning on the platform. Super slick feature within Option Stalker. We call it bullish explosion or bearish explosion, given that our market bias is bullish. We're focused on bullish trades. You can see right here, 9:20 is the timestamp, 50 minutes after the open. This is Central Time. I bought some Tgtx. I bought it for $21.46. And if we scroll down here, I'm going to take a look at that trade. I sold it for a 20-cent gain, so I'm just going to keep scrolling because I've got another one that I want to show you. There it is. There's the price that I'm offering it at. And I had another bullish. There's the gain right there about 40 minutes later. 20-cent gain on a $16 stock is a nice trade. So I'm going to continue to go down because I had another bullish explosion alert on another fairly inexpensive stock. You can see here, I bought four, $44.30. There's the timestamp. This is an hour and 50 minutes roughly into the open. And let's take a look at both of those stocks. I can go into my bullish explosion list right here. And unfortunately, I'm not sure why it's not showing up, but these pop-up alerts will come up and we'll take a look at FOUR. So when the stock hit, it was right here on this breakout. We had an explosion alert. So the pop-up came up right in the lower part of the window here, and it was a green box, and it said Tgtx bullish explosion alert, green meaning bullish. You click on it, it brings up the chart. I got in here. I offered it 65 cents higher. I was filled within about 5 minutes or so. Stock absolutely took off. And I liked it because on a daily basis, you can see how this stock doesn't have a lot of history, but it was through the prior closing high. And that looked very attractive to me because we had a nice horizontal breakout. We had big time volume on the stock also. That was a great candidate. 65 cents in a matter of minutes. Do 1,000 shares. You've almost paid for an annual subscription for Option Stalker. Let's take a look at Tgtx. Same deal there. So I come in, I see this breakout above the prior day's high. I get long the stock. I offer it 20 cents higher. So between the two trades, if you did 1,000 shares, you've got a year of Option Stalker paid for, just like that. And these bullish explosion alerts come up all the time. And I advise all of the members that if you get one of these long green candles and you get a bullish explosion, you want to see that price level maintained because that tells you, see, there's the volume spike, that tells you that the bid is still very strong and that on any little attempt to fade that move, boom, 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 buy, 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 buy. Buyers are still engaged, and then just put your limit out there and the stock will continue to grind higher. I also do like to see breakouts above horizontal resistance. This one was on a daily basis. If I go into the, that was on an intraday basis. If I go to the daily chart, you can see that this is also a new 20-day high that the stock has been able to break out above. So I had a fairly high level of confidence that it was going to come in and challenge that prior high. So bullish explosion alerts. I know what the average daily volume is for every stock for every 5-minute increment of every trading day. And when that alert comes up, I know instantly, and we're all over these trades. So that's just another added benefit of having Option Stalker Pro. This is not available in Option Stalker. Option Stalker is more for swing traders who do end of day analysis. Option Stalker Pro is more for day traders. So that's another couple of really nice trades that we did today. Lots of opportunities. If I'm going to leave you with a couple of picks, Walmart is a definite that I like. And we're going to go in and take a look at a few other stocks that are popping. This is on a bull run search. And we'll go into you can see that ABBV is making a new all-time high. Look at that baby, through the prior day's high, long green candles, closing on the high, excellent volume. It doesn't get any easier. We have a wealth of trades coming through. You should see the money that members are making. Those of you who have come in and have taken the trial and have seen the results day in and day out, please post your comments on these YouTube videos. Let other traders know that this is the real deal, that we're finding these trades constantly on an ongoing basis. Please make sure you visit my Twitter page. I'll make sure that the link is in the description of this video. And subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you never miss any of these videos. So Snapchat, I like that a lot. I like that Walmart move. I think those are two stocks that I'm going to key in on today. Be a little bit careful as far as buying stocks that have gone parabolic. I've seen a number of them recently, and DOCU was one that I think looks a little overextended. And we're going to the daily chart. I do want to show you one thing. When I see a chart like this, if I draw this upward sloping trend line here, I give you a little bit more information. Give you your money's worth. I'm going to click there. I'm going to click there. You can see this upward sloping channel. When the stock breaks through the upper band of that upward sloping channel, that tells me that it's overextended. You've got some tails above body. This stock is likely to pull back fairly soon. Well, what do I do with that information? For me personally, I draw this upward sloping trend line right here. That's the lower end of the channel. When the stock cracks that band right there, I'm going to know about it because that is a GTC alert, and I'll know that I have a potential shorting prospect. When you see these charts, make sure you use the alert lines. If it's a swing trade, use the GTC. If it's an intraday trade, use the alert button, and then it'll expire at the end of the day. But the GTC one on these longer term charts, I get pop-up alerts all day long. I don't even have to look for the trades. They're coming to me because significant price points have been breached. So that's all I've got for you today. Again, please leave your comments. Please give it a thumbs up if you like the content. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.